and welcome to IGN Anime Club, episode 79. Yay, anime!
Yay, anime!
I'm your host, Marina Sanchez, and joining me is Mike Mamone.
Hey!
And Megan Sullivan.
Hey, guys. Welcome back. Thank you for watching, listening, both.
Yeah.
Watch. They should watch.
They should watch.
We
We have
cool
cool stuff on our desk right
Sometimes
now.
we dance a little bit.
You got your Pokemon
it's
jacket
true.
on. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
It's so soft. Wait,
Show
feel
the
it.
back.
It's soft.
Ooh, it's
Okay.
super soft.
This is your incentive to watch the video.
Yes.
Okay. So good.
Look
Bam.
at that.
We're not going to say what it is. We're just going to have you watch the video.
Yeah, it's just a thing I really like, so you should maybe be able to guess it. But yeah, Hot Topic sent this to me, and I was just like, what? It's so soft.
so cool.
Nice.
So now I have a nice new jacket for the office.
Hey.
Somewhere and I get cold. I get cold a lot.
It's comfortable and stylish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of cold things, we're still in winter.
Yes.
Winter anime season.
Yes.
Which is our topic for the day. If you guys haven't joined us before, we talk about a ton of anime. Right now, we're kind of in the middle of recapping like what's going on this season, talking about the newest shows, what we're watching, and this is our second half of it. So if you haven't tuned in, please maybe go check out the previous episode because we might have talked about some shows that you wanted us to talk about.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you can reach out to us on Twitter with hashtag IGNanime, IGNIME, on email with IGN_animeclub at IGN.com. And our Facebook group is facebook.com/group/IGNanimeclub. And then you can tell us what we should be watching if we missed something today.
Yes.
Nice.
But
There's a lot of new shows
many
out there.
things.
Oh, that's really good.
yeah. I mean, every season has like 30 to 40 new shows.
It's hard to watch them all.
It's so hard.
Gotta watch them all.
Yeah, especially when we're busy. Like, actually, right now is weirdly busy with stuff for us to do.
Right.
Yeah,
'cause
right.
There's some cool anime stuff happening.
There's definitely some cool anime stuff happening.
So before we get into our winter anime discussion, we want to talk about the other anime things happening,
Yeah.
particularly with Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yes, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Everywhere.
Part of the cards.
I'm so happy. So this is kind of what I wanted to happen, like this revival of Yu-Gi-Oh! What I wanted to happen with like Digimon, because Digimon Adventure Tri has been really weird. Like it's supposed to come out as a new season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Of Digimon, and then it ended up getting like super delayed, I think by a year, and then it came out instead of as a full season as movies, and the movies are still coming out, and it's just like months between each one.
Right. And you're like, come on.
Yeah, it's like this is not the revival I wanted, but instead we finally get Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of Dimensions, and we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. The former being the movie that came out in Japan last year, and then the latter being the mobile game that's finally out here.
Oh, wait, no, you saw a screener. But then when I was watching in the theaters, a Duel Links ad played before the movie.
Appropriate.
Of course
it
did.
But I was like, oh, hey, I love that game.
No, it's perfect though. Like I want more people to play it. Actually, I kind of don't because the servers keep crashing. I'm like, stop, get the servers up. Come on.
That's true.
Where's my new event?
Toon Order was like up for like a minute and then it was gone.
Yeah.
I haven't had any problems signing in, so maybe I'm just really lucky. But
That or me and Miranda play too much.
that could be it. You guys probably
Every
play way more than I do. But
It's my thing whenever I'm on the treadmill because I don't go out for full runs. I do like more of a high incline walk, and so I'll play Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links.
So I tried to do something similar on my phone, and I fell off my treadmill. I full on almost crashed into a pole. So be very careful if you if I do the stationary bike, then it's one thing. But if I'm doing it on a treadmill, it's like I'm gonna face plant every time.
Be careful with your gym equipment.
It's true. Play Yu-Gi-Oh! Responsibly is the moral of this story.
So let's start off with Duel Links. If you guys haven't heard about it, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is an app, and it is so fun. And it is the way Yu-Gi-Oh! Should be played in 2017. Especially if you haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game at all, like Megan, or not in a long time, like me. And the rules for the actual card game or the physical card game now are just very obtuse and complex, and there's so many new types of summoning.
Yep.
And I'm just like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm not about that life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very user-friendly, especially for noobs like me who sporadically watched the anime and had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
So they give you the option on difficulty level of never heard of Yu-Gi-Oh! And they're like, okay, we're going to really take this slowly, little baby steps about how to play this game. And you can't lose, really, when you play at first, because it's like, we're going to give you these cards that are very easy to beat. We're just going to gently explain how this works. And I'm like, thank you, because I cannot play these card games at all. People are like, playing Hearthstone? I'm like, I can't. I don't know what's happening. How's Gwent for you? Oh, God, don't ask. I don't know anything. I just wanted to play an RPG. I don't know anything about card games. But Duel Links is different. It's very approachable.
That's good. Yeah, no, what I liked about Duel Links is that they kind of made it how should I say this? They kind of streamline the process of the game. Like you start with 8,000 life points, now you have 4,000.
Yeah.
And then instead of like 5x2, you're 3x2.
Yeah, it's in a very much an abbreviated version of the game, and which makes sense for mobile because you don't want to be sitting on your phone for 30 minutes trying to play. Like the idea is that these matches should be a little bit quicker, and they are. There's even like an autoplay button you unlock at some point because like you'll
for the extra just time efficient person. I was gonna say lazy, and I'm like, no, that's not fair. That's not fair.
So you'll get to a high enough like rank that you'll still experience people who are like level 1 or 2, like just these NPCs you battle and like you kind of just have to for experience. And so you can just auto duel for that one, and then it goes by really quickly because you're gonna win. Like your deck is gonna win.
That's interesting.
Unless your deck is awful.
So I noticed that button, but then it was always grayed out. But then also like I just did it anyway. So now I think about it, I spent way too much time in this game.
Oh yeah. So it's like something I learned later on. So like if you're doing like a level 10, like 1 to 5 or even
garbage.
10. Ugh. Yeah, like they're all garbage, right? So like you just press the auto link duel button. But anyway, getting back into the nitty gritty of other things aside from that one feature, Duel Links brings you back to the original series. It is the original characters. You work through unlocking them.
The base set cards.
Yes. Who did you guys choose to play as?
I choose Yugi. Yami Yugi.
I did too because I don't know. That's the only character I know. So I was like, we're going to go with the safe bet. He's the Mario of this group. He's probably just sort of like even keel all around. So I don't have to know any particularly complicated tricks with him.
Personally, I want a Dark Magician in my deck. So that's why.
I got one.
Yes.
I got one. I was so excited. I was like, I do know that card. I know that one.
I chose Kaiba.
Of course.
Because he is the best. He's the most handsome. He's the smartest. And generally the best.
In the movie, he was a.
Oh my God! Awesome. I died. Okay, before we get to that.
Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Before we skip ahead to how fantastic Kaiba is.
Yeah. I think I also have the Dark Magician cards. I think you get Yugi's card deck or Kaiba's.
Yes.
You get it pretty early on.
Yeah, you'll get them anyway. Like if you don't choose to play as them.
When you unlock certain, they call them legendary duelists. When you unlock like Mai or
Joey.
Joey and Rex, I guess is that his name. And Bandit Keith and all those guys. When you unlock them as a duelist, they unlock their like ultra rare card and then a bunch of like common cards. So for the most part, you get what you want, but then you have to like then play them to get the other cards that help with the deck.
Yeah, I mean like obviously you want to play anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not really.
This game is so addicting.
Also, I like the style of the game. Like the visuals are really good.
Oh, yes, and the voiceovers too.
Yeah,
I did not expect that on a mobile game.
Yeah. I'm curious to know if the voices. I think some of the voices from the anime are in the.
No, they are.
It's the entire full cast.
Okay.
As far as I've heard, it's all the original voice actors voicing their characters, which made it 10 times more immersive. I was like,
yep.
Yes.
It's just like Yugi sometimes just sounds like a 50-year-old man when he gets really intense.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Well, technically, it's
how you play the game.
Pharaoh from way back in the day.
I know.
But anyway,
it's just funny to me.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Just Kaiba trash talks the entire time.
Yes. Yes.
It's great.
Oh my God, the trash talking and also like the reaction. This is like, oh no, my calculations are off or something. It's like legit like an actual duel in the anime. I love it.
I'm gonna give you guys a quick tip if you're playing.
Okay.
As my wiki side of me coming out.
Okay, lay it on us.
So when you go to the card shop just outside, you can click on it to get into the card shop. There's like that hub area.
Right.
Click on the card that's floating above the card shop. It's like that virtual card, and balloons will come out. And so one of the balloons will sometimes have a present on it, and you can click that present and get gems.
Oh, that's useful to know.
Notice that. But I'm just like, balloons, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, so there's some things you can interact with in the world that give you like free stuff.
Okay, that's good to know because I just thought it was just like a random thing that happens in that area. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Balloons.
Also, if you guys are interested in playing this game at all, now is the time to join. Because they are giving out so many gems for card decks.
for all the server trouble?
Yeah, because there's server troubles and there's launches globally and other stuff and like just celebrations of people playing. So it's like now is the time to play to get all the free cards. Like I have not spent a cent.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So there's an upside to these servers crashing. There you go.
Yeah, you get free stuff.
You don't get to play it, but
Yeah.
You do get free gems.
And then another really good part of this game too is that you get to open card packs.
Another addicting thing.
Yeah, I know. It's just like buy
what
10 packs. Let me go through them. And another little tip that if you see a bunch of Karibo on the screen, then that means you got probably a more rare card.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, I'm still trying like there's 1 and there's 2 and there's 3 and there's also a sparkle that happens.
Yeah, and then there's the one that's like the exploding Karibo.
Yeah, and then like your character flashes across the screen. It's like, whoa, it's ultra rare, ultra rare.
It's a good time. Yeah.
Anyway, that game, I played more Duel Links than I have any other game that I own in the past 2 weeks or since it launched.
Wow.
Now, how many hours do you think you've put in? Like
I'm
how much?
afraid-
How
I'm
much
afraid
is a
to
lot?
say.
How much is a lot by Yu-Gi-Oh standards?
I mean, for a mobile game especially,
like
too.
the weekend it came out, it was I think it was the 3-day weekend. Yeah, it was the 3-day like Monday. That Monday for Martin Luther King Day, I was at home playing Duel Links and watching Netflix, and
That's what
that's
I
it.
do.
That's
Watch-
literally all I did.
I watch My Little Pony.
Yeah.
And I play Duel Links.
Yeah.
That's good.
So
Good life.
that's already like what 10 hours right there.
I think I played it while I was watching HGTV, which is a strange combination of learning all about crown molding, but also getting rare cards.
Oh, that's great. So before we move on,
Yeah.
what kind of decks do you guys do?
Ooh, I don't know. Okay. All right. This is why you know I play too much. Yugi, Yami Yugi's level 30. Joey's level 30.
Bang!
My Kaiba's 17. Okay, so I have a magician deck for Yugi. Which relies on Magician's Circle, where you can special summon Dark Magician Girl, which I love. That's what I love about like creating decks where you can special summon in addition to normal summoning. So that means there's more monsters out in the field at the same time. Is pretty much what that means. So I'm trying to build decks around that. So like Kaiba's around dragons. Joey's typically warrior or like Red Eyes Black Dragon, but I'm going with a fusion deck for that one. And then now I opened up a bunch of the water booster pack.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make a water deck now.
Nice.
Okay.
So
Good.
I'm playing I need to take a break. But also I don't want to. Yeah.
Do what makes you happy, Mike.
Yeah.
Megan, do you built any specific kind of deck?
No, not yet. It's basically all around just the most valuable cards. Like when I got Dark Magician, I was super happy. And I was like, I've got this one kick butt card. And I'm still going to build my deck around that. Or I'll sacrifice a couple cards to get a stronger card that'll basically, like, because I'm playing on the easiest level, I don't have much of a challenge. So I don't have much incentive to go deeper into building my deck right now. I'm just eviscerating my opponents. So I think because I'm still just under level 10, so I think once I get higher up, I'm going to have to figure out like what is the best strategy. But right now I'm just knocking people over. I don't really need a strategy. And I'm like, I know that's going to change. I need to start thinking about this like right now.
Yeah, they get harder.
Yeah,
for sure.
so I've just been using Kaiba, and right now I have like a weird dragon / plant deck. It's really weird. I know, because I have like really good like earth-based cards.
Oh, are you talking about that strawberry one?
Yeah, I got the strawberry.
Whatever, yeah.
Strawberry.
Speaking of
She's so good.
the movie, we'll talk about that anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, if you want a real challenge, play online.
Oh yeah.
I was so angry because I was beating this guy. I was slaying, and then he got the one card he needed.
Oh
He
man.
believed in the heart of the cards.
I was doing so well. Like I had the game in the bag, and then he just completely turned it around. Like I had all my life points. He hadn't done anything to me.
Oh my
And he just
gosh.
completely turned it around with one hand, and then I lost.
That's
So
oh,
angry.
I hate
that's
when that
garbage.
happens. Sometimes like you can lose on the first turn too.
Oh yeah.
Which is like, all right, and then your turn, and then just does a bunch of stealth, 3 monsters, double their attack. Like, okay.
But this is what
Okay.
I'm afraid of. Like, I am bad at these games, and I'm afraid to go online and challenge people because I'm like, no one is going to suck as much as I do at these games. I'm going to lose every time.
There will absolutely be other people.
Yeah.
I hope so, because I am tired of losing to real people. AI, I got this. I can figure this out. But actual real people with the ability to truly strategize, nope.
Yeah. What's nice is that they have ranked mode and casual mode. So
Yeah.
like there's definitely like a level of like competitiveness. But yeah, no, totally. Like I played someone on casual and like, I mean he wasn't easy, but
Yeah, that's where I lost. Is just on casual play.
Yeah.
I haven't done ranked because I mean everyone starts at 0. So if
Yeah.
you've built up your deck to be something really cool and you go straight into ranked, then you're gonna like slay. But I think the big thing is figure out your deck first. Try to add different cards that doesn't come in the starter pack, and
Yep.
then move on to PvP.
also you don't have to go PvP.
Yeah, you
like,
don't.
I
90%
don't,
of the
but I
time-
feel like I should. Like, how do you know how good you are if you don't put yourself up against real players?
Well, there's a lot. Okay, so I ran into a Pegasus player, which is like there's an event that's happening that we missed because it was the server. Well, the server was overloaded with people, so they ended the event because of that.
Oh no!
Is it the Toon World one?
The Toon World one, yeah.
Okay, because I got it. It wasn't even like it was like Toon World coming in. I was like, oh, never
Yeah.
mind.
Oh yeah, no, it was literally up for like maybe half an hour. I don't know. And then so you can unlock a new character, and his ability is that if his life points are more than 3,000, he can see all of your face down cards. So literally, you're just like, I can't surprise you. Here's a trap. don't do whatever that says. You know? And then I'm like, so I'm like sitting there in a PvP match. I'm like, okay, well, let's see if he does it. No, he doesn't do it, of course.
Please just do that.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm addicted, and that's
Yes.
the.
I would say all around we recommend it. Is that a fair
Oh, yeah.
assessment?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
Next up, our to-do list is definitely not on here, but our actual to-do list is to play the Sword Online game because that one came out too. I think a One Piece game came out too recently.
Oh,
There's just a bunch of anime mobile games.
A mobile One Piece
Yeah,
game. I saw some.
a Sword Art one too, and I saw some people recommending
Yeah.
it. So.
Fire Emblem Heroes is also coming out.
Oh God.
Oh.
Which is 1 foot anime, 1 foot video
This is
games.
dangerous.
But yeah, there's so many mobile games out that I suddenly want to play.
Yeah, right. Like that never happens.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Anyway.
Anyways, Duel Links, go get it. It's
Just go
fun.
get it. Wow.
Yeah,
So come back if you stopped watching. Come back.
Okay, but now time for more Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, but now that you can watch it.
Dark Side of Dimensions.
So good.
I reviewed it. I gave it a 7.4. You should read my review on IGN.com. I'm really happy. I
Which
got to
is
review
good.
it.
It's
Yes,
a good
yes, it was
score.
a good score. Like, I mean, I was cautiously just super cautious about any anime movie featuring a cast that I loved before because
Yep.
a lot of times we've seen these revivals and they haven't been good. Like we were talking about Digimon, it's been real weird. I have thoughts. And this one was just so much better than I expected. And I think there
Yes.
are like some really key things that could have made it like a lot better.
Maybe
particularly, maybe a little shorter, and maybe not having a really boring antagonist.
Yeah.
He was so like it was. Like,
Oh, no.
It was about a 2-hour movie, and there was a lot.
Yeah.
There's a good amount of
That
exposition.
feels like that's long for
for
Yeah,
an
it's-
animated
yeah.
movie,
Yeah.
or for like a extended.
sort of like Yu-Gi-Oh. It's not like a super. I mean, the game is in depth, but I don't know how in depth the anime gets.
I like that's the weird thing is whenever you have like a one-off movie for an anime, like the challenge for the creators is to make it not feel like an extended episode, right?
Right.
And I think they really tried at that, and they mostly achieved it. But there were issues. Like I said, my main thing was the antagonist. I think if he weren't so boring, like his motivations were so stale, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, of course that's what happened. Go away.
yeah. Like he was the worst part of the movie. I think
Yeah.
the best part was Kaiba.
It's Kaiba.
It was Kaiba.
Kaiba, like this was absolutely Kaiba's movie, which is so deserved.
Yeah.
Like if you haven't seen Yu-Gi-Oh too much, like Kaiba is definitely like the antagonist turned friend, but like not really good friend.
Like a
he's
rival.
He's there.
Is he the one with the blue eyes dragon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Now I know who you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah. So no, he's my favorite. And
You
like,
like
it
his
was-
swag?
Yeah, oh
For
my
good-
gosh, guys.
for good- yeah.
And then
He's really cool.
so he never takes off his shirt or anything, but like they for some reason made his abs really defined in many shots, and it's like,
Oh,
hey.
how nice. How
And
very
so-
nice.
Hey.
Never mind. I'm okay. No.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, no. What I loved about the movie is all the references. I think, and also just seeing all the cast of characters again, from like from Domino City, and then also from the island. I mean, there's this the core, obviously. Like seeing the guy, what's his name, Devin, the dice
Dice
dueling.
guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always forget his name. It's like Dice Guy.
Yeah, Dice Guy. Anyway, like seeing him, and they're just, but like the movie was Kaiba's movie. Like he was just owning everything. Like he would just walk up to the people and like, you're not doing your job right. You're fired.
Yeah, sassy and mean.
I know, and it's
loved
like,
it.
who made this water bottle?
So to give you guys a quick synopsis of this movie, which we completely skipped.
Yeah, whoops, my bad.
This takes place after the original series, like years after. Everyone's getting ready to move out of high school,
Yep.
going on to their futures and their destiny. Meanwhile, Kaiba is obsessively trying to figure out how to bring back the Pharaoh because he's not done. So like at the end of the season, or at the end of
Technically
the
spoilers,
series,
right? If you haven't
I
watched
mean, it's
Yu-Gi-Oh.
been a long time.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna see this
Statute of
movie, too.
limitations, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, surprise. There's been a million things circulating. Anyway, yeah, Pharaoh leaves at the end of the series.
Yeah.
Whoa. And Kaiba was not really satisfied with that, and I think they never really reached that point of resolution. Like, if you go back and actually watch, like, Kaiba's just doubting Yugi the entire time, which is on par. Like, that's normal. But he wanted to challenge the Pharaoh for, like, the final duel, because he had, his pride to
Yeah,
take care
of course, yeah.
And that was never resolved. So like that is such a great point to bring back for this film, is about Kaiba and him trying to come to terms with the Pharaoh's absence.
Yeah.
and
which I liked. I like that.
yeah,
angle.
but then they have to throw in, of course, a roadblock from making that happen, which it makes sense. But the roadblock was real boring. So essentially, after the pharaoh left, this group of kids got the power to like change dimensions. Like, there's one kid mainly though. He's like a dimensional cube, and he can essentially shift people in and out of the dimension.
Yes.
But mostly out.
Yep.
Never showed that he could do anything else with it. It just like make people disappear from the dimension. So it's like an automatic, you're dead.
Yeah, it's pretty much like Pegasus.
Yeah,
back in the day.
it wasn't, and it
To
just
some
wasn't
extent.
interesting.
Yeah.
He wasn't interesting at all. Like he's like, I'm doing a good thing. I need to take care of this evil guy who's not evil anymore. And they're like, no, brother, don't do it.
I love how all the important characters also have like crazy hair.
Oh yeah.
Like everyone's normal, and then like this new character's like.
Well, okay, wait a second. Let's go back for a second because you're like, oh yeah, like the characters have normal hair. I mean, come
Yeah.
on. Which
Yeah, it's like that's the bad guy. It's his hair.
I'm just saying, you have a protagonist who has yellow pinkish hair that
Yeah.
looks like he stuck his finger in a socket repeatedly and enjoys it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what if his hair is normal in this series. This must be pretty crazy.
That's true.
No, yeah. But it is definitely about, and a little bit about Yugi coming to terms with Pharaoh's absence too. Like,
Yes.
it's not as big of a point, and it's kind of nice that Yugi gets to take the back burner for once, because obviously he's the protagonist of the series. But seeing it focus on resolution for other people was awesome. So.
Oh yeah, like when I was in the theater watching with and there was more people watching this in theaters than when I went to the One Piece movie, which is for good reason. Also, they were giving out a card. This Obelisk Tormentor card, by the way.
Yes, Mike is holding it up on the video.
I have that card
Super cool. Oh yeah, do you?
from
Oh
back
my
in the
God.
day when I was
Speaking
a kid.
of when he's okay. Anyway, well, I mean, yeah, let's not talk about.
There are
spoilers, huh?
some, yeah. Let's not
Is
talk
it-
about spoilers.
yeah,
there's
I
some
want you
weird
guys to
plot
enjoy
holes
it.
too. I was just like, what?
Yeah, but like, yeah, it's pretty much I don't want to talk about certain parts of the movie because it would ruin the experience if you do decide to watch it. But yeah, they're just as a fan, you just enjoyed the whole movie, like the references, the little one-liners, and then it's like there's parts where it's like, of course, what, just like, of course it's a trap card, and he does a thing, and
How did you feel about dimension dueling?
I like how. Well, I mean, would it have changed anything? To be real, I mean, aside from the actual.
My thing is that dimension dueling was like really fast, like faster than regular dueling.
But it was kind of like that in the original season, right? They didn't tribute a lot in the original season.
They did and didn't, but anyway, we're getting to like the green.
You're getting real deep here.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought it was like cool because it's fast paced.
Yes.
But it doesn't give you a lot of time to understand it.
Yeah.
Which is a little annoying. But at the same time,
that's true.
Just the action was good, though. I mean, that's what they're kind of going for.
Exactly.
It wasn't time for them to do their
They
long
just
monologues like they did in the original series.
Yeah.
Which is both good.
Yeah.
Which is kind of good.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's fine. I mean, as long as you get the like, I knew that was coming. Check out my check. Like they have a bunch of that, and it's fine. But like, and they kind of they explained it once, and then when they brought it back, they're like, oh, here's the list of things that happens with dimension dueling. Okay.
It's like, oh, you
It's
got
like,
it.
You got it. Which is cool because I wouldn't want to learn about that
It's
again.
fine. Yeah.
But it was as a tool to make the matches more entertaining or exciting. It worked out, and like I mean. I just don't want to see like a Karibo get summoned and then have to like wait 10 minutes to summon Dark Magician. You know what I mean?
That's
Anyway.
true, yeah. But overall, a lot of fun. I really enjoyed watching it, and Kaiba.
Yeah, he was really good.
I know, that was like...
He was really good.
But he really, that was the big point of the movie, so it's just nice that they nailed it so well.
Yeah. Like, he has a Blue Eyes jet. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. He has an elevator to space.
Ah, yeah.
I want an elevator to space.
How much money does this guy have? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's cool. Anyway, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
One last quick note, though.
Sure.
If you are worried about watching this movie and not understanding things, if you saw like the first 2 seasons, you're probably fine.
That's really all you need.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
it tells you what happened at the end of the series because it shows the Pharaoh leaving, and like that's really the only thing you need to know about the end of the series.
Yep.
So.
Anyway.
Good to know. What do you guys think of the Yu-Gi-Oh movie?
Yeah, let us know if you went to see it.
Yes, on our Facebook group. On our Facebook group.
Yeah, facebook.com/group/IGN Anime Club.
IGN Anime Club, the official group.
The official group.
Yeah.
Is that really the
Did it.
URL?
I said name.
No.
Oh,
it's a name.
the name. Okay.
Yeah, because there's other
Dang it.
groups.
Anyway, cool.
Don't do that one.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't really know. You can do what you want.
Yeah. It's free
If
country.
they're cool,
You can do
yeah,
what you
go
want.
ahead.
But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, our group is best group.
Yeah. Speaking of our best group,
Yes.
we saw some of those members this past
Ah,
Yes,
weekend.
we
yeah,
did.
yeah.
We were at the Crunchyroll Anime Awards party, and it was open to the public, so we got to see some cool fans. So thank you guys so much for saying hello to us.
Yes, thank you
And
so much. You guys are so sweet.
I think someone tried to flag me down when they're in line for something, but I was going somewhere. So if that was you, I'm so sorry I missed you. But hello. And thanks for saying hello.
Yes, our fans are the best. They're so sweet and supportive. And they're
Yeah.
like, we don't want to bother you. We just want to say hi. I'm like, you're not bothering us.
Yeah, I know.
You guys are
Don't
so
worry.
awesome. Say hello. We love talking to
It's always
fans
fun. Yeah.
about stuff. So I wanted to thank you guys for that because it was super sweet.
Yeah, that was a fun awards party. I like that.
Yeah. And so we are considering maybe doing something for our 100th episode. We kind of brought it up before, but we're trying to get into more planning now and seeing what we can feasibly do. So if you guys are interested in that, please, please, please send us emails, send us posts, and we can compile those and make an argument to have that for IGN. So it's like, hey,
Yeah.
bosses, look at all this stuff. We have a case, and people will come. So like, if you really actually would come to an event,
Ooh,
live
yes.
event.
Yeah, like actually be committed to coming to San Francisco,
We'll make it
hanging
happen.
out with us.
Yeah.
It's a cool city to hang out with anyway, true story. But it's even cooler when you get to talk about anime.
With us.
Yes.
We could do. We have ideas for what we could do.
We could have a reunion show,
Ooh.
which would be really
See some
good.
people we
Cosplay
really love.
contest, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Ooh, that would be really good. What a great idea.
Yeah. So lots of ideas. So please, please, please let us know if you're interested in that. And again, you can do it on Facebook, email, or Twitter. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do it again, guys.
We're everywhere for the most part.
You know.
Anyway.
All right. Let's get to the anime.
Yeah.
The other anime that's not Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, is it-
Anime.
I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh's so cool. I mean,
Oh God, let's talk about Kaiba again.
It's the Kaiba show
For sure.
now.
When's the next movie coming out?
Someone's out there like, no, stop her. Okay.
but yes, let's take a break
Anyway.
from Yu-Gi-Oh.
So Megan, you had a show that's not from this season we want to start off with. just because you wanna
Yes,
talk
and
about
it's a
it
good
before
way
then.
to segue into winter season. So at the Anime Awards, some of you probably overheard Mike, our friend Alexa, and I talking
yeah.
about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because Mike and Alexa are huge JoJo
We're like
fans.
best friends now.
Yeah, you're bad. They never like you guys have never formally been introduced.
No,
right?
no. Yeah, I knew of her when she was at GameSpot. But then
Right.
we have never met. So
Yeah, so they met and immediately clicked
yeah.
over JoJo.
Someone said she loved JoJo. I'm like, what? And then we just started like talking and like.
Yeah, it was a totally different language. And so it reminded me, I had to go back and watch the first season of JoJo. Like, I like JoJo, and for whatever reason, I always drop off with it. It's like, no, I'm going to commit. So it's such a good anime. Within the first 5 minutes, I was completely engrossed. And in the next 10 minutes, I hated Dio so much. I forgot how much I hate
Oh,
that
yeah.
character. He's such a great antagonist.
Oh, yeah.
Because he instantly makes you hate him. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't really a spoiler for the first episode because, hey, statute of limitations. But, like, he kicks a dog. He burns it alive. He gets everyone to turn against JoJo. And he's
crazy.
like, he's insane.
He's diabolical,
love it.
and it's
He's
awesome.
a sociopath, but they even give a background as to why he's crazy. Like he grew up in with an abusive father, and he's bitter at the world because he's poor, and everyone treats him bad because he's poor. And so he's got this huge chip on his shoulder. And just immediately he establishes himself as the King Joffrey of anime. He's so evil. I wish want him to die. I can't wait to watch the rest of this happen. But he's pretty much unstoppable, and he's going to get more unstoppable as the show goes on, which is the whole arc of trying to stop this super evil vampire, evil dude. And of course, the song "Roundabout" at the end
Oh,
is what
God.
cinches it for me because I love that song. It's so
They
good.
don't do that anymore.
No, they
Makes me sad.
don't, and it makes me a little sad because I was like, yeah,
Let the
classic
two be
rock.
continued. Yeah.
It's so good. And I bring up JoJo only because it's such a contrast where I'm completely engrossed in JoJo immediately, and yet nothing from this season is
So,
doing it for me.
I'm surprised you say that because we have new Rakugo. You love Rakugo.
I loved the first season, but even the second season, it's good. It's not, but I find my mind wandering a little bit. Like I can't quite concentrate on it. And
that was me for the first season.
yeah, that was a lot of people for the first season. I'm like, oh God, more talking. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But I thought I would love Granblue Fantasy because it's based on a mobile game that's an RPG. The art director is the same guy who did the character design for Final Fantasy IX. He worked on Final Fantasy VI as an art director. The music is by Nobuo Matsu, and I love RPGs. I thought, well, I gotta try this. I mean, the design is pretty, the music's pretty, but it was just weirdly formulaic. It was, farm boy meets mysterious girl, and together they fight an evil empire. Here he is fighting low-level soldiers. Here he is leveling up. Here he is, fighting the boss dragon at the end. Like, I could see them lifting from the tutorial stage of the game. I could actually see it in real time, where I was like, oh, now your little winged lizard dude, Vern, is explaining how the combat mechanics work. Like, you could just see it. And I was like, oh, I can't not see
also,
that.
Also, that little dragon's the same voice of Happy from Fairy Tail.
That's what I read. That was like the one good thing. I was like, it's Happy.
It's Happy.
I like Happy. I like Fairy Tail, but I don't know. It wasn't a bad anime. Like, I might keep watching. I watched the first couple episodes, but it's not coming out till April.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
So it's weird. Like, there's 2 videos that came out, or not 2 episodes.
Right.
But it's actually slated for April and spring.
It's A1 Pictures, right? I think it's being done by
so.
A1. The adaptation is A1 Pictures.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised because I'm like, I don't understand why there was a delay. I don't know if that.
Well, I mean, I think it was for promotional reasons. I think.
Yeah, just like a teaser thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wanting to make sure there was not like a financial reason.
Because I was trying to look at my anime list to see if that was actually for winter, but it wasn't. But I did see the first episode. I did like it. But yeah, I'm not sure how it goes.
I liked Catalina or whatever. She reminded me of, I guess, from Final Fantasy Tactics.
The Night Girl?
Yeah, the Night Girl. I liked her.
Yeah.
She was pretty kick butt, but everything else was a little generic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a thing I would not enjoy.
It's more fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad,
fantasy
but
things,
it was like, I've seen this. I've seen this before. We had a couple of really good, like we had, fantasy-based anime like ReZero, and we had Grimoire of
Fantasy
Action
and
Fantasy.
Ash?
Yeah, Fantasy and Ash Fantasy. I forget what it's called, but it was good. Yeah.
Okay.
But, like, that was good, but this just seems like a very sort of safe, oh, it's based on a mobile game. What a great way to promote this mobile game that came out the other year.
Yeah.
So, like, it's fine, but I was like, well, maybe I just need like more of an adult-themed anime, like something that's not high school or fantasy. So I started watching ACCA.
ACCA.
Yeah, ACCA.
Nice. What are your
And
thoughts?
I don't know. I'm also on the fence about this one. So if you don't know what that is, it's a kingdom with 13 federations, and their police and fire is basically run by this independent government agency called ACCA. And within that, there's an internal auditing division that goes around making sure that each division of ACCA isn't corrupt. And one of their lead inspectors is Gene Otis. And he's like this he's this cool cat. Like the animation is done by Madhouse.
Yes.
So I really like the style.
That's why I wanted to watch it.
Yeah. And I mean, it's interesting. Basically, Gene is starting to unravel a possible coup d'etat within the kingdom. And it might tie into ACCA. But my issue with it is it's slow.
Yeah.
Like it's very slow to unravel, to the point where I'm like, I don't mind if it takes its time and establishes characters, but I found myself kind of, all right, I get it. There's a coup d'etat coming. I think I already see where this is going.
Yeah.
I get it. It needs to move a little
faster.
A little faster.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes and I liked it. Like, I don't think it's spectacular or anything, but I do enjoy the kind of twists and turns it's already trying to create. And I do like all the pastries it has in it.
It has tons of pastries in it.
There's this really beautiful bread shop, and I was like, wow, I need some toast.
Yeah, they love their pastries in it. That's a really good point. And also, Gene, I wish he would stop making smoking look so cool, because he chain smokes everywhere, and it's just like, don't.
I mean, it's a luxury.
Really bad for your
Smoking's
health.
really bad for your health, but he does it. He's just, yeah. So it's so sexy and it bothers me, because I'm like, stop being sexy with this. It's so bad for your health. But I don't know. It's got lots of pretty boys, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying for what it is. It does move slow, but I think compared to a lot of the high energy things that I've been watching now, it is interesting enough because of potential allegations against him and other people in the show. And that's kind of what has me intrigued. So it looks like the first 2 episodes definitely to get into it.
They're trying to establish that, and I'm hoping that by the 3rd or 4th episode it really start to pick up. Although, plus, one of the characters is a big plus for me. It looks like the Vault Boy in Fallout. Do you know the character I'm talking about? And, he came on screen and I was like, oh my god, we're in Fallout. now things are
now that
getting
you
real
mention it,
interesting.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned that in the comments, and I laughed. I was like, no, I can't unsee that.
Yeah, it's like now it's well, there everybody else goes.
This is how it begins, people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was okay. But again, it's like I watched those two. I tried Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid,
Me too.
and it's cute.
I love my lesbian dragon family.
So many people do, so you're not alone. I wanted to like it. I felt like I was laughing, but kind of forcing myself to laugh at one point. I was like, I get it. You really love her. Very cute. Moving on. Like, I couldn't. This is one of those things I wanted to love it more than I really did, but I understand why people like it.
Yeah,
it's very feel good. It's very cute.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like, what was it called? Well, it's kind of like with me and Flying Witch. I didn't really. I know why people like Flying Witch, but I did not like Flying Witch.
It's for some people like this just isn't connecting with me. But I know why people like it. Like it's very lighthearted.
It's different kinds of feel good. Right?
Yeah, a different kind of feel good. It didn't really. I wanted to like it though. I wanted to like it because I thought of you, Miranda. I was like, she likes it so much. I want to like it too. But it just wasn't my cup of tea, I guess.
I think that just the relationship between her and essentially like watching over these dragons.
Yeah.
And make sure they don't mess up the town because, like, they're flying. Like she's flying in her dragon form, and like people are gonna see that.
Yeah.
And shooting at the sky, trying to like clear the clouds is like.
Yeah. I mean, I like people's reaction to the dragons.
Yeah.
Like where you're just like, all right, that's pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I just.
Yeah. The whole like love relationship thing that I see going between her and it's more like one-sided. So I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite convinced that she like really loves her. It just happens to be the reason why she's sticking with her, right? But yeah, the characters are cute. Like Kana.
Kana,
yeah. The little
everyone's daughter.
dragon girl. Oh my god.
She's very adorable.
Yeah. And then they introduce some other dragons. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I like it so far.
Yep.
And what else you watch?
Last thing, I tried to starting to watch Fuuka, and I was like, it's a little annoying.
Which one?
That one girl you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the girl?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a little annoyed.
How far did you get?
I mean, like the first 1.5 episode before I was like, nope. But I mean, if you can sell me on why I should keep watching it, I'll try.
I think it's just because, well, for me anyway, the reason why I like it so much is because it's revolved around music. They don't really get into that in the first couple episodes, right?
Yeah.
She's
touch
always
upon
on
it
her. Yeah, she's just on her headphones and like you follow the protagonist, and his socially awkward high school life so far. But maybe when it start getting to the actual music part, maybe it'll pick up for you.
And I feel like I mentioned this before, but I feel like as I get further away from high school, it's harder to relate. Cause I'm like,
totally.
It's also just the oversaturation of
That
shows
too.
in high school. Like that setting is everywhere, and when the main point becomes about them being in high school, it does get a little tiring to see the same thing over and over and over. Like I definitely have like experienced that fatigue.
Yeah.
But
Like I don't have that fatigue with like say Kids on the Slope.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't have that fatigue at all. But with some of these, like it's very formulaic, and I'm like, I get it.
This one particularly too. Yeah, this one. But I don't know. I literally listened to the opening of Fuuka for like maybe 10 minutes before I came in here because it's so catchy. But anyway, yeah.
Right. Well, there's another show that has a great opening and ending that I've listened on to repeat for like an hour yesterday.
Okay, what was that?
It's called Scum's Wish.
Okay.
Is
I
that
thought you were gonna say Bleach.
Okay, I also watched Bleach yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I saw that.
It's that's
Orange
a
Range.
its own. Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead. Scum's Wish. So how is that, by the way? Because that's on
I love it.
Amazon Strike, right?
It's on Anime Strike. Yeah, so it's
Oh,
Amazon.
But that's why I couldn't
Prime.
find it.
Yeah, you can't find
Yeah.
it because it's on Anime Strike, so because it's a hassle. But I did not like their player. Like it was, I think it oversaturated the anime somehow, which is weird because I've never experienced that with any other things. And like Scum's Wish style is really bright in a lot of places, and there's scenes where it's like I could not see what was happening unless I shook for the overlay that shows like the pause menu and stuff that Amazon or the Amazon player has.
Yeah.
So I had some issues with it, and it also has like the annoying subtitles where it's like has a black box behind it.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean it's like, and it's not full opacity or anything, but it's still
Yeah, it's like YouTube closed caption.
not ideal. It's
Yeah.
like, please figure it out. Anyway,
But you enjoyed it.
oh my god, I loved it,
Hey.
guys. it's gonna kill me.
Is this the one that's so Crunchyroll has the manga, right?
Yeah, I am so excited because I think I'm just gonna go read it all, which I really should. Like, I don't want to read it all, but I really want to read it all.
Wait, so what's Scum's Wish about anyway?
So Scum's Wish is about these 2 high school students who get together because the people they love, they can't be with. So first about this girl, Hanabi, and she is in love with, she calls her, I don't like how they translate it either. She calls him brother, like, as, like, affectionately, because she's older than him and, like, acts in a way similar to her brother because, like, they've known each other since since she was young and he's a lot older. Okay. So Amazon just translates it as brother, and, like, instead of just putting his name or something, 'cause, like, it's an affectionate thing, and, like, I think we get what it means, but anyway,
it's just a little weird.
Ouch.
yes, it is a little weird because at first I was like, wait, are they actually siblings? Because this is way more problematic if they are, and they're not. So just to clarify that in case anybody else was wondering. So she's in love with this guy that she's been around all her life. He's always looked out for her. Like, she doesn't have a father, so he's kind of like that manly role in her life and kind of fills that for her, I guess. And also just like he's always just taking care of her. He goes to events with her. And he is now a teacher at her school. And it opens with her being obviously obsessed with him. And then he meets somebody that he happens to find alike. And she gets really angry about that. And then she finds out that someone else is also really angry about that, which is this boy who has been with this music teacher for a while as her student, because she tutored him for a while. And so they both have the same problem, whereas, the people they both love that are older than them that they would never get with unless they were, like, out of school because, just age is really big thing whenever you're that young.
Right.
They can't have who they like, and the people who they like somehow like each other kind of, or at least are flirtatious, and it makes them really angry. So they decide to make a pact to date, and
that'll show them.
No, it's not about showing them. It's about getting what they want, but with someone else, but pretending it's the people they want.
Oh, whoa!
So it's like they make a pact, like, hey, you can have everything but my emotions. And so, like, it's very steamy.
Oh my!
Yes,
Whoa.
It is about, like, raging hormones and how sex will mess you up in high school. And it is so good, like, because, like, the drama is really high. It is painful to watch because, like, there's so many, like, relatable things. It's like where you just love someone so much and they don't like recognize that, or they don't like reciprocate that in the same way, and it's like it's painful and it's sad, and it's also super damaging with what they're doing because, like, they're playing with their emotions of, like, I'm giving you my body but I'm pretending you're somebody else, and they're both doing that, and it's like this agreed thing, and just seeing that unfold and, like, how that affects the people around them with their best friends and people that are interested in them and other things is just compelling. And it's also interesting because, anime doesn't have, like, the best reputation of its portrayal of sex or sexual themes a lot of times, and this one is very respectful, I think. And it's not, even though obviously you're going to see some, like, very hot scenes, it's not like you're looking at Hana's boobs for, like, 10 minutes throughout the rest of the show. Like, it's very tactful with what it's doing. Especially with, like, young love and young romance like that. It's interesting to see how that unfolds and how they take it, I think, a lot more seriously than other shows do. So
yeah, no, it's interesting because
Yeah.
I just can't see that ending
Yeah, I
well.
know.
I'm like trying to find a way.
This
I'm
is
like,
gonna
how does
be
this stick to
a
landing?
mess. I am so excited. They're gonna just explode, and I'm like, you guys.
Told you.
Like, good luck.
Do you know why it's called Scum's Wish? Like, is somebody named Scum?
No,
Or
it's
like
their
this is
thing.
a
It's
scummy
like
wish.
it's their scum's wish. It's like that their wish. Like, they feel like they are scum because it's like their emotion. Like, how it's like real. They know it's wrong. They know it's so wrong that they're like doing these things together, but imagining somebody else.
Right.
And how that kind of betrays so many emotional things and
no, that sounds
physical things.
Super intense.
It
like,
is.
like they, just like the premise alone, you're like, ugh, this is gonna be a rough ride.
It's gonna.
So it is like a very
Crashing.
intense, like mature drama. Like it is
Right.
absolutely very mature, and especially with it being high school.
But you can only watch it on Anime Strike right now.
Right.
Okay,
Which-
that's good to know because I haven't signed up
Yeah.
for it yet because
So-
I'm stubbornly
If
refusing to do
you
so.
do want to get it, like if you don't are not sold on the service or something, they offer a 7-day trial. So if you just want to wait and binge it or something, that's totally an option too.
Yeah. Or read it on Crunchyroll if you have a Crunchyroll
you can just read the
subscription.
manga.
That too.
Yeah. Which is great because I think a lot of people forget that Crunchyroll is manga.
Yeah.
I mean,
And they have a pretty decent
good-
selection.
They have
Yeah.
good stuff. But I 100% recommend this. This is like my favorite anime of the season easily.
Ooh.
Like I
Oh,
think it will
okay.
actually be the best anime of the season. Like its treatment of this is just so responsible. And guys, it is beautiful. Like this. I just love it. Yeah, like it does some really unique artistic things with its shots. It has like panel and panel kinds of shots, and it's really pretty. So
right.
I highly recommend it. Like I said, it is very mature. So it's like if everyone's like, oh, they're making out on the bed and it's really dirty. It's like, well, duh, it is, because that's what this is about.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, like, guys, we can talk about sex and sexuality in a really important way because it's a big part of everyone's lives.
Yeah.
And it's not.
It's refreshing that it doesn't seem like exploitive or fan surfacey at all.
Yeah, it takes it with, I think, a very serious hand, or at least that's the way I interpret it. Like, if you have to talk about sex in high school, this is the way I want it done. So, I don't think...
That'd be so sick. I'd class just watch Scum's Wish.
I don't think that's exactly how I want everyone to start their sexual education. Also, you should not get your sexual education in high school. It should be before that. But that's a whole other thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, Scum's Wish, guys. I am trying to write a preview piece for IGN, so like I can talk a little bit more about some of its narrative. So maybe if that happens, you might see it.
Okay.
Nice.
I'll put that on my radar.
Yeah.
And then the other show I'm watching, I'm going to just do this real short because that took a long time. But it's guys, I hope you watch it, and please let me know if you do and tell me what you think.
Okay.
So yeah, absolutely let me know. So Saga of Tanya the Evil is the other thing I watched this week.
Yes.
Aside from ACCA and interviews with Monster Girl and Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, keeping up with other stuff. That's also a really weird show.
Yeah.
But in a different way. The first episode is definitely, I could see, as off-putting because it's not really intense. Like, it's intense brutally because it's about war.
Also, you're not quite sure what her goal is.
Yes. Yeah. So if you don't know anything about it, it's another, hey, look, it's almost Germany at war with the rest of Europe.
Is that
There has been a lot of those anime lately. Didn't I just finish one of those?
Yeah, so it is like early 1900s war piece. Yep. But if you've read the synopsis, so this isn't technically a spoiler, this goes into episode 2. Yeah. It features this one young girl who is essentially crazy on the battlefield. Like, she is slaying people, and it is scary because she's like so intense, and she's a small girl. And she's in charge of like a platoon of mages. So this also has magic.
Yes.
And so the story behind it is that this guy was living in normal time, Tokyo, 2013. And he's like very on top of work. He's very by the rules, by the book. If you're not doing your job, you're getting out of here. Like, I will not tolerate this kind of thing. And then he ends up dying. And God comes to him. I'm not going to like explain the scene because it's actually really cool and you should see it. Even if you just see that one scene, it's really cool. God comes and is like, hey, I'm in charge of reincarnation. He's like, I don't believe in you. And he's like, okay. And he explains like why he doesn't believe in it. It's like, well, we have technology and science and all these other things. Like, if there was any proof, like if you were real, there would be proof and all these other things. And he's like, so you're saying you need some hardship.
Oh, no.
And so this guy gets reincarnated into Tanya, this little girl, in an alternate world, Europe, which is at early 1900 wars. And is like, God's like, good luck, man. See how long you last.
Oh, wow.
And like the second episode is definitely way better than the first. It definitely, you need that context of the first, of her brutality and like where she got to I think better appreciate the second episode.
Oh yeah. After watching the second episode, I'm like, oh, I get it now.
And it's like, oh, I guess I'll keep watching
way
this.
better.
Yeah, I think it's interesting for sure. I don't think it's like on anywhere near Scum's Wish. But I definitely want to keep watching it. It'll be an interesting war piece and about how Tanya comes to terms with God, which is kind of a weird thing, and how she decides to live in this world. I think it's interesting too because she kept her memories of her past life.
Yes.
So she was given that as, I guess, kind of like a lesson. It's like,
oh wow,
see
it's
how
a heck of a lesson.
Yeah. So I also like that there are ladies in the military. It's good. That's
And
good.
there's-
Also weird mages.
Especially back in
Yeah, it's like the
1900s.
mages thing, I'm
Maybe
like-
it's alternate reality
Yeah.
kind of thing. So it's
Sure.
like, you
But
can't
it
really
sounded
stick
very
out.
much like Izetta, where it's like it's a World War II setting with
Yeah.
mages and witches. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
except Zelda's crazy in this one.
yeah. What happens if Izetta turns into
Yeah.
a crazy person?
Yeah, she's intense.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Like, they really stick to that character. So if you haven't seen it, I'd say if you saw the first episode and dropped it, if you're at all interested, stick around for the second episode.
Yep.
I know I'll probably keep watching it. So
Same.
Cool.
Nice. Anything else?
that's all from me.
Oh, okay.
Mike,
I know you have a lot, but we're also
Yeah, I know.
a little on time. I think so. There's still a lot we haven't talked about, so I think we'll just kind of keep, as we always do, just kind of keeping an abbreviated version of this for the next few
Yeah,
episodes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk. I'm only gonna talk about the biking anime.
yeah, biking.
So,
Yowamushi or the-
Yowamushi Pedal, New Generation, is season 3 of the series. What's interesting about this one now is that the third years are retiring. So now the second years and the first years are stepping up. So they have a new captain, and they won. Okay, well. They participated in. Okay, I already said it. Okay, they won Inner High. Crap, my bad.
Spoilers. But I mean, we're talking about the third season
yeah,
of the show. Surprise, there's
exactly.
going to be a spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so now they're trying to start over from scratch practically. Now that the third years are gone, so the second year, who's now the captain, isn't particularly athletic. He has a lot of heart, but he's not as good as the first years are, for instance. So it's kind of revolved around him and his backstory. And also now that they are technically champions, Onida, who's the main protagonist, is kind of thrown for a loop because he relied on his third years, it was like a family to him. So now that they're gone, he's kind of thrown for it's jarring, the experience and being part of the competitive scene. He's now second guessing himself, and like he doesn't have anyone to follow. He's now the lead, I guess,
Right.
in terms of his specialty. So it's following that story. Right now, I mean, they're getting to like kind of training because it is a new team. But yeah, it's more Yowamushi Pedal if you are a fan of the series. It makes you want to go bike, as do many sports anime do. So I'm watching that right now. Another biking anime, Minami Kamakura High School Girls Cycling Club, probably one of the worst anime names for sports anime anyway. So pretty much in this story, the main girl, Maiharu Hiromi, she used to bike when she was a kid. And then the first time is so weird. She takes her bike to school, and she's like, and then her mom comes out saying pretty much, do you remember how to bike? I was like, yeah, it's easy. You can't forget. And then she like
Face plants,
exactly,
basically.
yeah. On the way to school, and then she runs into a friend who is biking, a classmate that she becomes friends with, and she's learning how to bike in like the first half of the episode. It's really weird. And then, so they find out they're in the same school. There's a new teacher who's also into cycling. And then that's kind of how the whole cycling team happens. I haven't watched too much of it yet, but it's a sports
How is
anime.
it? Is it basically the same thing, Yowamushi Pedal, with girls, or does it have a different slant?
I think in this case, she is more of a beginner than Onida was in Yowamushi Pedal. In Yowamushi Pedal, the reason why he was so good is because he used to bike everywhere.
Right?
Yeah, he biked everyone. He'd bike up that one hill and sing songs.
Exactly. Oh, okay. But in this case, she's just like
So cute.
totally useless, and I think. But yeah, it's an all-girl school. But for the most part, yeah, I haven't watched too much to find out a particular difference. But for now, I'm noticing that she's just like she's gonna have to try harder to be able to compete.
Okay. Would you call this a sports anime? Or would you say that the slant is more comical or dramatic? Because I'm still not sure if I only have time to watch one of these cycling shows, I'm like, which one?
Well, I mean,
Oh.
I think it also depends
I
if
watch?
you're caught up on Yowamushi Pedal or not.
Yeah, for sure.
That's true.
Yeah, you
It's the
definitely have
third
to watch
season.
the first and second season to watch Yowamushi Pedal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it, and it hasn't got into the inner highs talk yet. So, well, for me, where I am anyway, in the series. So, and until I get there, I'll have a better idea.
Any other ones you want to shout out before?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Or any
so
bad ones? So
Oh,
I'm really
God.
excited.
So handshakers. It's real bad. The animation's really weird. There's some like I want to say 3D, but it's not. It's like they do a lot of like 360, like panning, and it just looks really weird. And the whole point of this, the protagonist, I forget his name already, but he just, and it takes place in 80/20XX. I don't know what that means. He's just a typical student, and he runs into this room where he finds a girl, and apparently, and so like it reminds him of his sister. So he goes to the girl, and is like, she looks like she's sick or something. So and then she holds her handshaker, and apparently holding her hand gives the two powers. There's people out there with powers by holding someone's hand, and she's that for her. And this professor comes in saying like, "Oh, she's never held someone else's hand before." Blah 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 blah.
Okay.
So yeah, and then all of a sudden they get attacked, and it's another dude who's holding some lady's hand, and there's it's weird. Like literally, that's the first episode. And it doesn't say
called hand holding then.
Well, maybe there's gonna be shaking later.
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyway, but it really doesn't explain too much like why these people exist, and like also why they attacked them, and also there's a lot of fan service in this one, and it was a bit much for me because like literally there's a lady just like moaning, and I'm like, okay, get it. You can stop now. But it was bad. Definitely don't watch that. And then just other ones like Masamune-kun's Revenge.
I wanted to see that. Is it good?
I like this a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
It's kind of not. It's not like Scum at all actually. But essentially he was a kind of chubby student back in the day. He like confessed to a girl, but she denied him. And then now he's all fit and beautiful and handsome. He's sports athletic, and then he's like, I'm gonna get my revenge on that girl. And then he runs into her, not expecting to find her so soon. And then he's like, okay, now I gotta plan out. So he's starting to strategize in a way to convince her to like him, and then deny her. And that's the whole point of the
Right.
So the whole just like he does like. Just seeing his perspective and talking about his experiences, and also dealing with now being, popular and whatnot. And the humor's it's pretty cool. I like it. But it's another high school anime, so one of the 20 this season.
As always.
But that's all I'll talk about because we're running out of time.
Yeah.
All right.
We gotta get to
yeah,
the watch
we
party.
have a lot to talk about next time. Obviously, there's a lot. Always.
Yeah.
Yay, anime.
Yay,
anime.
But before we move on, just so far, I just want to check in. What is your guys' favorite show so far?
Ooh.
At this very moment
This very moment.
of what you've seen.
Okay. Blue Exorcist and Fuuka. I'm torn between those two.
Okay.
Blue Exorcist, Fuuka is just really good for me.
Absolutely nothing. Gonna have to try harder winter anime.
Mine's obviously Scum's Wish.
Yeah. We all got to.
I was just like watching this, like, oh my god, why is it over? I should have waited to binge it.
Oh.
Like, I kind of wish I would. It's like one of those, just like, what is next? But anyway, that one and Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid are my favorites.
Cool.
All right, cool.
Okay, and with that, we are going to continue on to the watch party.
Hey.
Which is very momentous because it's the last episode
Already.
for the last watch party, or for this current watch party.
That was quick.
It was really quick.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
It was quick, and we missed a couple episodes because of vacation and
Oh, yeah.
other
Yes, it
stuff.
took a
and
little bit.
So I'm sorry.
Still felt
Longer. So if you guys haven't joined us before, every week we watch 2 episodes of a show chosen by you guys. Right now we are watching, actually finishing, Kids on the Slope. Last 2 episodes, episode 11 and 12.
Yes.
And it was real emotional.
So
and Also
emotional.
kind of made me angry. I actually didn't really like the ending.
I
No,
liked
me
it.
too.
I
We'll
liked
talk
it.
about that.
Yeah, and then also we have an announcement to make
Yes, we do.
We do.
for the next watch party.
Yep.
Also chosen by you guys as always.
The votes
Drumroll.
are in. We tallied them.
Drumroll, and the next watch party is Toradora.
Hey.
I totally thought it was gonna be Noragami because that
too.
was the one that was very close to winning last time, and then Toradora
It was leading
just,
too at first, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Tora just obliterated everything else. So
All right.
next week, We're watching Toradora.
Yeah. I'm excited. I haven't seen this one.
I know how it ends, but I haven't seen it all.
Oh.
Pumped up
Aw.
tiger. Tiger.
Aw.
We'll analyze it.
Anyway, let's get to it.
All right.
So episode 11, Left Alone, is good.
I might have teared up just a little bit.
Yes.
I'm just like, I really like this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Not the next one, but I like this one a lot.
This
Oh yeah,
one's
no,
not-
yeah. Especially like I'm so glad that Karo stopped him at the beginning of the episode. Because
Yeah.
I was afraid he was gonna run away, and they're gonna spend half the episode looking for him. But he was like, "Where are you going? I know."
Yeah.
Right,
He
so
tackled him.
this
Yeah.
episode started off with Sen trying to leave because
Yes.
his father was coming home. He was gonna run away, and then Kaoru was like, "Don't, like I know, don't,"
Yeah.
and being like the good friend he is, do not give
Yeah.
up. Their relationship is so good.
Their
Oh, yeah,
bromance
dude.
is so good.
Yeah, so Sentaro could not leave, and thankfully did not. And then they kind of, and they're, I liked it especially just because everything was in their own way. Like other friends, like that one guy, but when Sentaro was delivering something,
Oh yeah.
they're like yelling at each
Then
other.
he passed by and
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"You're
Yeah,
practicing
Kaoru-
today?" It's like, duh.
Yeah, Kaoru was like kind of like they were like yelling at each other weirdly, and this all their just went off, and I was like, "Is that how you greet a friend?
Yeah.
What the heck? That's how you talk to somebody?"
Yeah.
And so it's just like touching to see how they came to terms with what was going on in their conflict.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
should probably get to some comments before
Oh,
we
yeah.
dive too deep.
For sure. Tyler DeBoer says, Sen's attempt to run was stopped by Karo early in the episode, which was a good thing. This allowed us to get all our characters that are left to come together and practice for the upcoming school festival. Finally, we're getting a good ensemble piece. Also, I'll say every time the show brings in speaking or singing in English, the always sounds spectacular. Almost no English. Yeah, totally forgot. They had Ritsuko perform for the most part, or practice,
Yeah.
which did not expect that.
Yeah,
I thought they were gonna like have her like maybe play a triangle or something.
Yeah.
But
it was such a sweet way to bring them all together,
yeah,
just at least for a little bit.
and also it's the song that he kind of professed her loved to her, so only right for her to sing the song.
Right.
So
All
meaningful.
comes back.
Also, it'd be more interesting for people in the audience. Like, just thinking about it as a performance perspective, they were worried about people not liking jazz. It's like, oh, if you don't like jazz, you just won't like jazz.
Mm.
And so by introducing something that's really popular and, like, kind of making that interpreting into jazz is a good tactic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But,
and then they had that whole like training montage.
Yeah, that was really cute.
yeah,
So cute.
don't get to perform.
Well, we'll get to that. But Neo Totoro says here, he has like some lyrics actually, which I will perform for you. So it goes, onigiri and freckles and English and singing, school festival jam sessions and small purple mittens, feverish kisses from a nerd boy that faints. These are a few of my favorite things.
Yay, that's so cute.
I was like, we're gonna do this together? All right, I'll do it.
Oh, we already told you, I don't sing unless I'm drunk.
Okay.
Super drunk. And then I get too drunk and then I can't read the
We'll
words.
know
in the
that for
karaoke
next week. So Neto Totoro, make lyrics every week, and we'll no, okay.
Okay, next time we're all gonna take shots.
Yeah, no kidding. This will be a very different special
Yes.
episode.
Yeah.
Anyway, he continues. This is it, folks. No more basement jam sessions. No more walks to school. No more festivals. Nor record shop drama, but specifically no more infuriating lack of skiing. The last notes of this 12-part song are fading in the distance. The most noticeable thing in this episode for me was the return of the original group, just Karo, Ritsuko, and Sentaro. No awkwardness, no drama, just music and friendship and laughter and onigiri. Karo said to himself, or at least thought about it, when asked about his favorite things, that moment right then and there was his favorite thing in the world. He could have said music, he could have said Ritsuko, but instead he thought of all three of them together, an incredible change if you consider where this nervous, introverted kid started. But of course, these being the final two episodes, tragedy needed to strike. Yeah, that scene was cool. Like Sentaro was sharing his favorite things, and Ritsuko also, and then he didn't really answer. He just was taking in the moments. That was sweet.
Like he's still shy. He's still
Oh yeah, he's still that shy boy. But yeah, that was good. That was a good scene.
I'll let Austin Bartell continue for us.
Okay.
Now when I first watched this episode, I was so upset that this car accident happened.
God.
So guys, cause it's like it was
really?
going too well. It
Yeah.
was going way too well.
Really?
Of course.
Of course.
It seemed like such a contrivance.
Contrivance?
I like contrived. No, contrivance. That the day before the school school festival, Sentaro decides to go out on a scooter, which we've never seen him ride before, with his sister, who just so happened to hurt her ankle, and an impaired driver. Sorry, it's not funny, but it's just funny because I'm like,
it's just so ridiculous.
The tone's good.
Yeah.
An impaired driver swerves towards them on a treacherous road that I've never seen before. I couldn't accept that the anime would throw this in just to create conflict.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, what? Like, what?
Yeah, and so I was really confused because when we went to the hospital, it wasn't Sentaro in the bed. I was like, where did she come from?
Yeah,
I
right?
thought he went to go to get the... What?
I saw that, and I don't remember seeing her. Like, you see that close up of him on the scooter. I don't
Yeah,
see
yeah.
her behind him.
And like at no point
Unless
was
I
like
missed it.
she was anywhere prior to that episode that would be like, hey, you hit your ride on. Like,
Yeah, it was just a surprise.
Yeah. That was so weird.
And Austin continues, but after I rewatched the episode, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Teenagers can get licenses to ride scooters, and Taro did imply that he would catch up to Kaoru despite Kaoru's massive head start. Kaoru was walking along the same road that Sentaro would ride on later, and I suppose it makes sense that the sister would happen to visit the hospital in town in order to get her ankle treated. It's still a coincidental accident, though. Which I totally agree with. Like, it's weird. Like, where did his sister come from?
Yeah.
If she had on her ankle, why was she in town? Also, like, maybe he went home first? I don't know.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't quite understand it, but I love what it set up. Because what it set up afterwards was just so wonderful between
yeah. It was really the
him
catalyst
and-
for Sentaro actually
him. Yeah.
doing what he wanted to. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, I liked them. Their, like, little callback to the meeting on the roof.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
sweet.
Yeah, I thought Francisco
The f-
Mercado has something to say about it that I really liked. So he says, after finishing watching Kids on the Slope, I must say that this has been the best watch party since I joined the group. I've been
Nice.
meaning to watch this show for a while, but I'm so glad I was picked for the watch party. I'm really big on those memorable scenes that define a show. For this show, the scene I want to talk about is the one where Kaoru goes searching for Sentaro after the motorcycle accident at the hospital. While looking in the hospital, Kaoru goes to the roof where he believes where he sees Sentaro lying on the bench covered in cloth. During this scene, you hear the perfect music playing in the background. Kaoru takes the cloth off of Sentaro to see it's him under the sheets. After a few seconds, Kaoru starts to cry, and they have a quick conversation when Kaoru pulls Sentaro's head into his chest and tells him it's okay to cry, and that he pulls him into his chest essentially so that they won't see each other cry, because they got to be all manly about it. But they have this beautiful bromance. And after a few seconds, Sentaro starts to cry as well. And Francisco says, I cry as well. And once I started, I could not stop crying for the last 2 episodes.
I did like that part, even though a lot of it was weirdly coincidental and
Yeah.
just like, why didn't... I mean, okay.
It was clearly setting this whole thing up to do that, but I just liked that they finally were able to...
They got that moment.
They had
Yeah.
that moment that they needed to repair their...
Yeah.
Their
I think
friendship.
it was the moment that Sentaro kind of like broke down his walls. He's been very like masculine this whole series,
Yeah.
and this is the first time we've seen him like vulnerable, because it has to do with his family, which he loves so much, and probably the reason why he wanted to leave in the first place. He didn't want to see his family get ruined by the coming of his father.
Right, we were saying that last week was
Yeah.
that maybe he wasn't necessarily worried about
Yeah.
taking care of them. He was worried that the conflict between him and his father would cause for the other kids,
Yeah.
as opposed to him being scared.
Yes. So yeah.
But
Yeah. Very powerful
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, still
yeah,
Contrived, yes.
could have
but still
done that in like
emotional.
2 episodes, but all right.
it's
It's like, here we go, boom.
It was a fast episode. There was a lot.
Yeah. Well, also this last episode.
It's in episode 12, all
Um,
blues.
Yes.
It was blue, and he just laughs.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh,
so,
bye.
yeah. No. At the end of the last episode, Kara wakes up in the bench. Also, they took a nap up there. Like it's cold. But
Oh, they had the sheet.
I
they're-
guess. Anyway, he wakes up and then he's gone, and then literally no one knows where he is for like the entire episode, or not even like 8 years really. That blows my mind. Anyway, Neda Dotori here says graduation's upon us, and all that's left to do is tie those loose ends. Except Sentaro kind of bailed and took those ends with him. As a result of this, the unresolved sensation that lingered over Kaoru and Ritsuko's heads ended up warping their relationship to that of 2 strangers, to the point where all the progress Kaoru made in these past years went out the window, leaving Ritsuko sobbing in her kitchen floor. Thankfully, some of Kaoru's reason lingered, and since this is 1968, and boomboxes still didn't exist. Yeah. He decided to remain faithful to the essence of the relationship and screamed his feelings at her so everyone in the street could hear him. That's romance right there. Take notes, gentlemen. As a reward, take notes. As a reward for this effort, our favorite nerd was awarded the platform run goodbye at the train station, which in turn told him everything not related with Sentaro or his future or anything in the universe that isn't Ritsuko was going to be okay. Yeah. And then 8 years later, because there's a time jump, of course, turns out our favorite Scarface drummer had been living a peaceful life in a small village in the mountains where he was studying to become a priest, taking care of orphan children and teaching them about rooftops and the therapeutic effects. And where was he? No. And as it was foretold, the two best friends met at the sacred place of worship and at the risk of being excommunicated and from the bottom of their kokoros, performed that song that they had agreed on for the school festival all those years before. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, how many is a song played by two best friends worth?
Quick thing.
Yes.
Why are all the churches so dark?
I mean, they don't have lights in there, right?
Yeah, they don't have electricity.
Yeah, no, yeah. A lot of the churches aren't. Usually, there's no. They're like older churches, so they don't have a electrical system in them, I believe.
This is also in the '60s, but
Yeah.
But if they're somewhere in like Kyushu or whatever, these are hundreds of years old, so they're not going to be super bright.
it's also probably the effect of the stained glass instead of having like other light. But also, I'm just like, why just turn it a little bit?
Yeah, well, they have the candles.
So dark.
It's ambiance.
Yeah, gotta get that setting.
That aside,
Well, also, did you guys expect that time jump? I did not.
no.
I was like, 8 years? What?
I'm glad we got to know like that end, but I'm also like a little angry because like Ritsuko got screwed over.
Yes.
Everybody.
Oh my God.
She's just left alone. Like everyone just abandoned her. Like even though Kaoru came through in the end, like,
Okay.
jeez, man.
When he invited her into a room and they were hanging out, and then they started to kiss, and then he said that thing. What did he say? He said,
He's like, I'm glad Sentaro's
"Oh, I'm glad he's
gone. I
gone."
can
Like
have more
you,
time.
freaking. Like, I was so mad. I was like, I can't believe he said that. She couldn't believe he said that, and then everything was ruined.
Way to ruin the romance by thinking about Sentaro.
I mean, like,
I miss him. I want to be with him, which is fine.
what? Who says that? Right when you're about to get it on. You don't talk about another guy. Anyway, so yeah, I hated that.
Yeah, I didn't like how all that ended. Like I think it's realistic that he messed it up. You know?
I
Yeah,
felt I was actually a little bit refreshed though by the ending. I mean, people do really stupid things sometimes, but also it didn't have like a super happy ending. It was life goes on and he becomes a doctor like he was kind of being pushed to, and Sentaro sort of finds his place where he's still part of his religion. He can help people. This is how he can help people without essentially what he feels like is hurting them. Yeah. So in a way, I was like, all right, it's not going to do the predictable ending. But I do feel like Ritsuko got the short end of the stick.
Totally.
I think
it's just like, it sucked.
So I was reading about it, and the manga ends differently. So she gets a little bit more justice there, kind of.
Okay.
She has a little bit more of a better ending.
That's good. That's good to
Okay.
know, because that was the one thing that did bother me. I was like, well, goodbye. You have a nice life. We're all gonna move on. You can just stand in place.
Stay here.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like if she wants to stay there, she can. But I mean, it just sucks that everyone just abandoned her.
Seriously.
So Cisco Mercado had like something really similar to what I felt about the end of the series, or I guess for the second for his criticism was similar to mine. But I'll go ahead and read his comment. What made this show different from others was the friendships and love triangles between all the characters. And they all felt real and realistic. It was like all of them could have happened in the real world. I was a critic of Shirobako, which I did like but not love, and Girls in Panzer, which I really like. But what I felt was missing from those two shows were realistic relationships between the friends. Unlike those two shows, Kaoru and Sentaro's friendship was heartfelt and real. Mm-hmm. They laughed, argued, and fought with each other, but each trial brought them closer and created a strong bond amongst the two friends until Sentaro just decided to leave. My one minor criticism with the show is that it felt like it tried to do a lot in 12 episodes. The show should have been like 24 episodes. The family issues were brought up, but it seemed like an afterthought. For example, in episode 1, you thought Kaoru's home life was going to be an issue, especially with his aunt and cousin, but we never heard anything else about it. Each character has serious issues dealing with family and abandonment, but it never talked or covered in detail, which I totally agree. I love this show. It is the best show of the watch parties since I joined the group. Awesome pick by the group. So glad you liked it.
Yes, good job,
so
group.
much.
Yeah.
I think my still favorite is Cowboy Bebop or Shirobako. Well, Cowboy Bebop's just an amazing.
Cowboy
anime,
Bebop's
so
just-
it's
Yeah, I mean,
it's
can't,
gonna be the one to
can't-
beat.
let's be real.
hard to beat. No, but yeah, I totally agree that I think they could have done a little bit more with 24 episodes. I do like a lot of the pacing because it kept things moving. It didn't dwell on small issues.
Yeah.
Though I think the issues he addressed are big things that were thematically a little ignored, even though they were important. But I guess if they just wanted to get to the point, it's like they're friends and they have issues, and then life goes on, and then they're friends kind of.
Yeah.
The end.
It was a little abrupt.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, even with they had time jumps on throughout the whole series, so like even with that, the pacing still felt all right. But yeah, at the very end, it was just like very like okay, we need this to happen so that Santara can do this and that way this happens. Like I see where they're going with it, but you know, it kind of rushed it a bit, and I wasn't too happy about that.
Yeah, I do like that we found them all at the end.
Oh, well,
It was very sweet.
Yes.
It was a good little reunion.
Yeah, a little running down the slope.
Yeah.
Kids on
Ties
the
it all
slope.
back
Oh,
together.
also I forgot to mention like he finds the drums and then he starts playing moaning on the
Yeah, I thought
on
that
the
was
piano
cute.
or the organ, and then he's just out there with the kids and he hears it and it's like, I have to play drums, kids.
It's like I knew this day would come.
yeah. It's like that was a
Counter
great scene
knew
too.
that was going to bring him running.
Yeah,
He was
right.
like, I know how to do this.
That was really cool. But yeah, that was a sweet scene, and that's too bad. I would like to know what happens a little bit after that, but oh well.
Yeah.
Just leave it to
It's
my
just,
imagination.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like I kind of do like cliffhanger-ish,
Yeah.
not really endings like that, because it's a little bit more open-ended unless you interpret what you want from there.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so then you can finish it off in your head. Because not everything has to have like a very clear-cut thing.
Yeah.
But I am glad that they found Sentaro eventually.
Yeah.
I am too.
I'm surprised.
That's
What
very
a
nice.
I feel bad
I mean,
for siblings.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
he up and left them.
Yeah, it's like
Seriously.
their dad did that, and then you did that. That's not a
Ooh.
good thing.
No, that's gonna mess you up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm sure he thought that one through, but
Well, I'll just pretend I didn't notice that.
That's
But
really
yeah,
sad.
that was really bad though. That was really bad.
Yeah, I mean nothing's perfect, but anyway.
Yeah.
Kids on the Slope,
Kids
we
on the
did
Slope.
it. We finished it all.
Finish the watch party. It's
It's
another
so
one
good.
in the bag.
Yeah, I think it's as far as watch parties go, it's probably my least favorite, maybe.
Ooh, really?
Interesting.
I like other ones more.
I feel like it would
Steins
be
Gate,
Cowboy Bebop,
like Bebop.
Steins
Ooh, Steins
Gate,
Gate's up there.
Shirobako,
Shirobako,
FLCL.
FLCL, and this. Am I missing one? I feel like I'm missing
I think
one.
that's about right.
Okay.
Oh no, we have a Gurren Lagann.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Gurren
Gurren Lagann.
Lagann. Okay.
I knew I was missing something
I-
major. I was like, we
Yeah.
watched
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
I
important.
was like, no, there's something. No, yeah.
Some
Okay,
galaxy battles. Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
but they're all good though.
yeah.
so
No,
far,
they're all great.
which
So
is
like
really cool.
a great group of anime, but this was like my least favorite of them.
Oh,
Although I did really enjoy it. It's not that I disliked it. It's just not as much as the other ones. It's fine.
I feel like mine would be like Cowboy Bebop, Steins Gate, Kids on the Slope, and then from there it's just kind of a tie.
Yeah.
It's
right.
like all they're like a
The-
bundle of
they're
Yeah,
all
there's a
good.
bundle. Like it's
Yeah.
good stuff. There's nothing terrible
Yeah.
at all. It's really good.
This would-
Psychopaths.
Oh
Oh,
crap!
duh!
Wait, was that the last one?
No, it was like
The
two,
one
two.
yeah, it was like
That
Oh,
was
no,
before
Fully Cooley.
FLC. Fully
Megan
Cooley.
Murphy's
And
gonna be
then
so
the
mad
last
at us.
Oh man, this has been a long year. Or
Yeah.
no, it's only a month in 2017. It's been a long year.
It's yes.
Oh man, we have so many watch parties. It makes me
That's
so
crazy.
I
happy.
know. It's a great way to catch up on all these like classic anime too.
Oh
It's
yeah.
so good.
Other things, yeah. So next up will be Toradora. I'm excited. I haven't
Yay.
seen it,
Same.
so another one that I have not seen. It's good. But I know
Yes.
the end. So we'll see.
Excellent.
I'm sure it'll be so great. So thank you guys so much for joining us. This is episode 79. Do you guys have anything to plug before we jump off?
Trying to think. All my Berseria stuff is up. I'll be reviewing Fire Emblem Heroes, which comes out this week.
Ooh.
So that comes out the end of this week, and we probably will have the review ready by early next week. So look out for that if you're a Fire Emblem fan.
I don't have anything particular, but definitely check out Miranda's review of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of Dimensions.
Thanks. Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna promote too.
Okay, cool.
It's my
because
main
like I still have Yu-Gi-Oh!
big
on the
thing.
brain, so that's what came up.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys do. And let us know what you guys thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's all I've got. And I guess until next time.
Hey.
Bye, guys.
Bye.